Hey all, welcome back to Skate 2. I'm Insetic. Again with me this time is Blank Tester,
Hey kids, how's it going?
Turo,
Howdy doodle.
and Zindictive.
Sup, lads?
Yeah, welcome. So in this video, we're going to be doing some of kind of the bonus mission sets. Like Rob Dyrdek has a mission set and Danny Way has a mission set. Again, they're not really like... You know, again, you can kind of get them started from the start of the game, but yeah, we'll just clear them out, because they get you some unlockables and such. Yeah, first, Rob Dyrdek, he was kind of... It was Rob time. He had his own TV show on MTV, so they gave him a bit more in this game.
What's up, dude? Red's still trying to get you back in the game?
Hey, short stuff. Come on, take it easy.
Redder, give me that camera and I'll show my friend here how to get in the real game. Like how to get your own TV show game. Let me break it down for you. A good show needs a little bit of comedy, a little bit of drama, and some real raw street. Cause you know the streets are always watching. Let's get some shots and see if I can't run them.
Yo, that's cool with me. I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Yeah, so Rob just steals the camera from Retta and is going to be the one filming you during these missions.
There's a lot of stuff to get into
The only,
here. So
the only difference is that it's now his voice, but oh my god, there's so much of that. Like, he has so many annoying lines that are way too long, and these missions are surprisingly hard, so if you bail, he's gonna say something, and
then
you're
you
gonna
have to
restart and
listen
have to
to
hear him. And basically, anyone who was like... who thought Retta was annoying and wanted him out, now I know how you feel about Rob. I wish Rob, every time Rob speaks, I wish he would never speak again.
That's how I felt about his TV show, but they just kept putting it on MTV more and more.
He was.
I thought Rob was fine. I thought it was a novel how he got to be the voice behind the camera.
Oh my god, his lines are so fucking long. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
you'll crash and he'll just be like, oh, Bale? Bailster? Bailey McBail guy? Bale, but... And I'm like, why didn't they cut you off
Hilarious.
after like 5 seconds?
Hysterical. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
he's
fun.
obnoxious.
I mean, it was an interesting time, yeah. Like, Ridiculousness, I was looking it up, actually, I think doesn't come out for another couple years at the time of this game. At the time of this game, it's Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory.
Oh, really? Okay.
After, you know, the Rob and Big show had been running for a couple years.
Right.
I remember even seeing that on TV back in the day, back when I watched TV.
So
Back
yeah,
when
it
people
was,
had TV.
yeah, Rob was sort of like Bam Margera in a way. Now he obviously doesn't take over the full game to the extent of like Thug 2, but still it was like, hey, this guy is actually popular with a wider audience or so, not just skateboarding. Put him in his own mission line.
It kind of reminds me of the way they did the Jackass thing in Tony Hawk. You know?
Yeah, the only difference is that Bam isn't really, like, annoying. He does some dumbass jokes, but he doesn't come off as, please shut the fuck up, like Rob does in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the challenge I was talking about, like, really early in the LP, where, like, you're gonna do it right now. You're gonna take care of the captain right now, but if you start this mission without taking care of the caps right here, those caps will be there in the mission. And it's the only time that happens in the game.
Yeah.
Like, the only time the game will, like, actively put you in an area that you need to pre-uncap.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is pretty annoying. At least
Yeah,
it's,
that's
like, a bonus mission.
This chunk dude.
Yeah.
Got a lot of options.
And I mean, like, I guess there are some interesting ideas, like a bunch of Rob's missions. Not this one specifically, but a bunch of them are about being more flary, using the gestures and such, which again, I think is a good idea to push, because again, back in Skate 1, I didn't gesture at all. Whereas here, it was like, okay, the game reminded me often enough that they exist that I try to put them in every so often.
Yeah, I mean, they let you customize your gestures in this game, and that was always enough for me to actually, like, want to try to use them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that really, it's not even like a game design thing. That's more like a game player thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
depending on who you are, you may or may not use certain features totally unincentivized.
Yeah, honestly, when I play through this, like, I almost forget about the taunt thing until a mission like this, where it's like, oh, do the taunt thing and such with Rob's missions. 'Cause it's just like, there's no real point to the taunt thing outside of just, oh, you can taunt a bit and, like, point your fingers and all that, and
Like, I have a signature taunt. There's, like, these two two, not taunt, like gestures, but there's two gestures. One where you point up to the sky. I'm doing it right now as if you can see. But you like point up to the sky.
I know where the sky is.
Yeah, over there. It's over there. And then you point.
What is that?
It's, do you see
I've
the
never
blue thing?
seen that before.
Or are you seeing the thing
my
in front of the
God.
blue thing? The thing in front of the blue thing is the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah, not the white thing, the blue thing.
Okay, no, go ahead.
The white thing is not what we're talking about.
Yeah. So there's one gesture where you point up to the sky, and another where you point out in front of you, like you're pointing to someone. But whenever I'm like in a contest and I do like a really fucking cool trick, I'll do those back to back, and it sort of looks like I'm pointing to like a crowd. Like I'm pointing to the crowd. Like, yeah, you saw that. You saw that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing to your enemies and then saying you'll end up in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You're all
I'm
gonna
coming
die
for you.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you're not
pretty
pointing like
fucked up.
directly up at the sky. You're pointing up like at a 45-degree angle across your chest. So it's
Oh, I see,
you can-
okay.
It's still
Yeah,
feasibly as if you're pointing to someone if you're like below like a crowd.
Yeah, you only do it when
okay.
the moon's aligned and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go, put your finger in the sky if you know what
what
it is.
Yes.
It's amazing how that guy is actually not a bad rapper.
Yeah. He's like way better than he has any reason to be.
Because like everyone has also heard his other song where he's talking about his friend who is ostensibly dead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, and it's actually pretty good while also still being
He
a
goes
little
pretty
funny.
hard sometimes. GMC Fo Show, in case anybody doesn't know.
I mean, yeah, that's the guy we quote every so often. Like he has the fantasy song, Big Boss or Final Boss or whatever.
Final Boss, yeah, the boss one. Oh my god, that was
You
so
started
fucking
a
good.
party because no one would invite you. Like, yeah, you'd think it should be really low effort, but all the bars like are really, really good actually.
Scratch that. I'm with a Jillian.
I guess real quick, do either of you have trouble with this mission?
Yes.
I can
Yeah.
never do all three drops back to back, so
It's
I
the
have to
second
stop
jump.
after the second one and line up.
Yeah, no, I always have to cheese this.
Okay.
Like, like even if you get the first two perfectly, you will just have too much speed to, like, even humanly try and
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I didn't cheese it, but the second jump does suck because of all those rails there. Just really, it's not a good mission. It's kind of jank.
Yeah.
Yeah, like once again, somehow, Rob Dyrdek's mission path, both one, he doesn't shut the fuck up and it's kind of annoying, but then two, his missions are surprisingly hard.
I think
Yeah.
those are related issues. Like if they were easy missions, you wouldn't comment on how he wouldn't shut up because you wouldn't fail as much and
Yeah.
you wouldn't hear him speaking as much, right? So like if you had two long lines but you heard him once and then you were done.
Maybe
you'd be
they're
like-
hard intentionally because
You'd be
they
like,
want
well,
you to hear all
okay,
the effort.
but then they want Rob Dyrdek to speak
Yeah.
novels to you
Yeah.
over the course of the game.
They want you to like go into the full 16-minute version of Rapper's Delight.
Yeah, he
They
just
want you
reads
to know
Crime
that
and
he's
Punishment
Thug
to you.
Life, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
trying to act like, you know, trying to basically not sound white is what Rob does so much. Like, you listen to what he says, and it's just, he's always sounding like he's trying to not look like the white
Oh
guy.
shit.
And
Was that
somehow,
intentional?
No.
Okay.
Maybe this is a thing where low camera would have really helped, but like when you have to jump over really high things, I always find it really hard to get the timing right.
Yeah, there's another mission, like another like mandatory mission like this in the game.
Oh yeah,
That
that one sucked
that-
the first time around.
yeah, like these rails are just about as high as you can ollie, pretty much. So like trying to do any, because it wants you to do 4 unique tricks over them. So you you do ollie and nollie, and then you're doing flip tricks that give you less pop.
Yeah,
Unless you do a grab.
for the last one, I just do the hippie hop thing, because,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the rail
A hip
down
hop, a
below
hippie
is
to the
low,
hippie
like,
to the hip,
high
hip hop, you don't
enough
stop
that you
rocking.
can get the board under.
Oh my god, and just like you predicted, now we got the 14-minute version of Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what you hear is not a test time of rapping to the beat. Neither who's ever
Yeah,
going to try to move feet.
Yeah, of course you sped up the speed
Yeah.
to
Yeah. To spare yourself. I know a lot more of that song if you want me to go into it.
No, we're good.
yeah.
It's
don't know.
fine. I just
I prefer my own rap verses, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm self-centered like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if you wanted to dip into, DJ and Cetic stuff, I can,
No, not even DJ and Cetic, actually.
Just your own stuff?
Other projects that we thought of but never really got off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rip
Just
Rattlesnake
because I
creatures.
exit from the back of a limousine don't mean I can't see what's right in front of me.
Yeah. that one's a song about how he's relatable, but also extremely rich.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the song about, that I keep my eye out on social issues and social commentary, but also that I am gangster and rich.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
More
a really
gangster.
thoughtful song.
You're
I
definitely
like
more
this
gangster than
challenge.
Rob.
This challenge I like in theory because the line is cool, but it's pretty precise. You need to...
Yeah, especially, this final rail is... The game is gonna want to wall ride
Yeah. Oh my
way
God.
too often.
You have to tail slide it, pretty much.
And then,
Gross.
I don't know if I included this in there, but then suddenly when recording it here, I just kept crashing at the very end. I'd grind the rail, and I'd crash at the end. Genuinely, the mission design in Skate 2 is so much better than Skate 1, with a couple exceptions, and most of the bad ones are here in Rob's list.
man,
It's
I
like you got to
think
experience. You got to
it's-
experience something
okay.
different and nice and such. Then Rob comes in and goes, "Hey, remember Skate 1?"
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Kind of accidentally cheesed it.
You
you
really
said,
smithed it
what
out.
what if they went hand in hand? What if they made these missions harder so that you heard more of Rob? But it's a thing of where both of the bads are too far beyond the normal for me to think that much of it was intended. Rob talks so much more and longer than Retta, and these missions are so much more inconsistent than a lot of the other missions.
What if
Yeah.
Rob was the one who designed them?
Oh god.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, it said you've unlocked Rob's 19 steezy gestures or something, but those were already the gestures you could do. Did I unlock anything for doing
Oh,
those?
is that why the gestures are out of alphabetical order? Because they are for the most part, but then
don't
you
know.
get to another
like,
set of them.
I did not gain any additional gestures for going through that mission line, so I don't know what
Yeah.
they're talking about. Maybe
I never even noticed that.
maybe at a certain point you couldn't do gestures until you finished Rob's thing.
And then a patch.
Then they
brought
made
in.
it so that you could, and so you don't actually get anything for those, but I mean, you also get a little bit of money. But anyway, alright. Those were kind of weird and kind of annoying, but we're also going to be doing Danny Way's mission line, which I really do enjoy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You gotta
Danny
get
Way's
through
line
the
is
Mega
fun.
Park and the introduction or so, but Danny's are gonna be all about, throwing yourself off big jumps and gaps and big drops.
Yeah, these
This
ones are
is,
fun.
Minor spoilers, but literally several times throughout this mission pack, the game will lampshade the fact that you are a video game character who cannot die.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the game, they do it a few times throughout the series, but it happens multiple times throughout this pack. I think Danny Way himself is yeah, well, you're not real, so just get back up and do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he also
cool.
literally forces you to die right there.
Well,
Because-
I mean, you could just go down and do this without crashing at first, but hey, show by experience. I mean, the mission
Yeah.
pointed it out, and you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to sometimes find things in the environment or whatever to break your fall a little. Dropping 60 feet straight onto flat ground is going to hurt and crash you, but if you can drop onto a little bit of a slope, that might make the difference.
Yeah, I was joking about Rob Dyrdek stuff being harder so that you have to hear his voice lines a bit more. But also, because they are bonus stuff, you get the feeling that maybe they're a little harder because they're not required and stuff. And Danny
right. They're supposed to be
Danny
a
Way's
challenge.
challenges do lean in. I think more intentionally lean into that while also being really fun.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
they even try to, because when you teleport to them, they won't even teleport you near him and you have to go find it sometimes.
yeah, you'll see that. Sometimes you have to find where he is to start the mission, and I mean,
Oh, shit.
they give you an actual reward for going through the whole thing.
Dodge
and
the
also,
fence.
Danny doesn't provide his own commentary that's annoying, whatever. It shaves off all of those kind of bad things from
Yeah,
Dyrdek.
a lot-
I gotta say, that fence looked like you were about to get impaled.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was so
I have
excited
several
for that.
times.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah. It's like a NASCAR fence where it's like curved.
Actually, so here's
wild.
where Turo was talking about. So we
Oh,
went
yeah,
to
this-
the
this is the
mission,
first
and
one.
it's like, Danny, where are you? Danny? Oh my God, he's up there.
Danny, no, don't!
You think Danny's gonna do something, you know, on flat ground? Nah, you gotta find him. He's gonna. You gotta
Danny,
get high.
please, don't.
Danny, do a flip.
No, don't, Danny!
I remember
We
as a
love you,
kid,
Danny.
I literally could not solve this quote-unquote puzzle.
This is so
can solve
confusing. Yeah, it's like there's a gap, there's a dumpster, but then also you can just jump up.
What?
Yep.
11-year-old me would have loved to know that.
I don't
it's
know
so good.
why they thought they had to do something cheeky there.
Do you know how many times I tried to just jump up
Have they
that?
ever done that before?
Do you know how long I spent trying to just do that as a kid?
I figured that one out myself too. It was
At
so
least
good.
an hour.
What version do
ready,
you
camera's
have?
on.
Did you play?
Unpatched. Because
No,
I didn't have
PS3
internet.
or Xbox.
Xbox.
Okay then.
I have.
Maybe
Xbox.
they
I remember
did.
just trying to jump across. You know, that may have been it. I spent most of my time just trying to jump across that gap normally as if it was a gap you were intended to just jump across.
Oh, interesting.
Okay,
So-
rather than just hitting the jump button when you
Work
were.
right there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
clambering
it's
it.
weird.
But yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of stuff you get. Like it's going to give you a really big drop in and really big thing to do, and that's just
Yeah.
really cool to me. Like
That was super cool.
I
killed it.
appreciate and still get the the smaller scale, and it still feels really cool to do a single smaller scale trick. But it also does feel really cool to do some huge drop in and
Yeah.
get some great launch.
Yeah,
I think this is the best they do with that in the entire series. Because they introduce quite a bit more of that in Skate 3 and, like, the normal gameplay. Such as, like, well, we'll get there. But,
Yeah.
I'm good at
Maybe it's
yeah.
a thing where, like, and this is going to feel weird where the game analysis is coming from me, where since so much of the game is based on more realistic areas and smaller scale stuff, when you do get to do some large scale thing and make it work inside of that sandbox, that breaks the mold and
Yeah.
feels really cool and different.
It keeps really
You know,
keeps it fresh.
like
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, it's just like, okay, I'm going to launch off another quarter pipe that was designed
Yeah.
where this whole city has quarter pipes along the entire streets. And yeah, I'll hand plant this
Alright,
roof, but I can hand plant any roof, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
that's-
you know, I'm gonna hit this air vent and then I'm gonna do two 900s, but which makes an 1800, but not from a standing
is-
position, so
I
I
mean,
won't
again,
kill people.
From
They're
a
still
rolling,
cool.
moving.
Yo, make it count.
You know, also another thing, interestingly enough, it's kind of ended up, and maybe this is just a trend in extreme sports games along the way, but it's been a while since I played a game where you had to really balance while grinding. Like, think about it. Like, Tony Hawk series, you know, balance bar, you had to balance and such, but like, SSX, you know, you just either landed on rails and, you know, didn't have a bar or whatever, you could fall off or whatever.
Yeah.
Skate, you just, like, get on the grinds or whatever, and then, like, Shredders and Riders Republic
rolling.
don't ask you to keep your balance or whatever. You know, Shredders
Yeah.
is, again, like, momentum-based. Riders Republic will lock you in, like, very, artificially, but
my
again,
God.
like,
You know I'm fresh,
thinking
right?
about it,
Look
that's
how fresh
something
I make it.
that does that need to be a part of extreme sports games, like maintaining balance bars. I actually think, like, thinking about it, kind of the way Skate does it, I'm really starting to like more and more and more.
Yeah.
Sure, if you really just mess up your approach or whatever, you're not going to get what you want, but it's going to let you ride away.
Yeah.
I think,
And also,
I think-
you can, like, shift your weight. Like, if you're doing a board slide and you move your stick to the left, you will, like, twist your body to the left and, like, lean that way.
And I know, Blade Tester, you wanted to go at this, but, like, after playing so many series kind of back to back, where that wasn't a thing you had to worry about, it does now feel like artificial in kind of a bad way to have to care about a balance bar that gets trickier to manage over time, and like eventually you might just lose it and wipe out, you know?
And see, here's the thing. What I was gonna say was, this is true in basically any genre. If you're not making really courageous choices when you're developing a game, you just lean on genre conventions, right? And that's true even, like, that doesn't even have to be in video games. That's in movies, that's in music, you know, any kind of art. If you're just leaning on your genre conventions, you're going to end up with something that isn't necessarily stale. It might still be good, but... you know, if you step outside the genre conventions, I think, generally speaking, you're either going to really fuck it up, or you're going to set a new standard, or set a new trend for the whole thing. It's just difficult to do, you know? You have to really think about why you're doing what you're doing. And in this case, they've decided Balance Bar is too gamey, and it's too arcadey, and it's too, like... I don't know. Like I think it's a good thing that they did that, and you know,
I kind of get why
I wouldn't have thought to do that either beforehand because I'm not a game developer.
Tony Hawk as well, because the point of Tony Hawk is to do some risky, giant 500 million point combo.
It's supposed to be how long you can hold it.
Yeah, it's supposed to give you some risk to grinding or whatever. Whereas again, like Skate and a lot of these more modern games are about, you know, really nailing the one quick specific trick, not trying to extend some giant combo out. But also, in thinking about it, you know, then, I mean, Tony Hawk started with having to keep your balance, so all those video games, all those extreme sports games back in the golden age did the same thing, except Johnny Mosley.
Oh my god.
We gave in Johnny Mosley, you just you hit grind, and if you're a football field away, you'll teleport, you know,
you'll glide over to it
90 degrees horizontally to get to it. But that was one game that kind of didn't do that. And I think, like, when we first covered it, we kind of gave it shit, like it felt like an unfinished system, but maybe they were actually thinking ahead.
I don't think that's what it is.
Your balance while grinding is not the thing people need to try to care about.
I mean, you know? they were right if that's what they were thinking, but I don't think that's what they were thinking.
The old SDC rule of never give
really
credit.
Crazy kind of
coincidence. Yeah,
you know?
I think what's well, I just wanted to say it's one of those things where I think someone like it both takes it takes the risk of not putting in something that people are expecting, but it's also you have to design the whole game around it, because like Skate and more modern games are like the thing that you're supposed to get from the game, the positive feeling you get from the game is from those sweet moments. Even if you crash, that's fine. Oh god, that was scary.
This is a sweet moment. Yeah, I do have more to say about this, and I think Zim does too, but
this will make me piss my pants. This in real life.
We're on top of the E from New San Vanalona.
I love this really so much.
Taking off.
But like that, see, even though you crashed, that's
you
fine,
never
right?
land that. You will never land that.
Sure, but like you get the positive feeling, and that's what they want, right?
Yeah.
In Tony Hawk, the positive feeling comes from big number go up.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
and like when big number go up is your goal, then you have to have systems that make it challenging to make the number go up.
Yeah. So just real quick to round that out, and again, completely different game design. Like, for example, you have to keep your balance in manuals in Tony Hawk because you're chasing that 500 million point combo, but in Skate, you know, manuals are like, sure, you can do string tricks and get a little more points, but you get enough just doing normal things really well. So going through Danny Way's mission set gives you more spawn points in areas that are, you know, set up to be in front of big drops or such. Like top of the E would spawn you back up there where that mission was, so you didn't have to go up to that manually each time. That was also really cool how they designed, like, all these staircases and such. Sure, it was a long ass path, but like it was kind of
waypoint saved.
In reality, a bit, you know, a way to get up that, or top of the murder horn, it'll put you on top of the dam, like areas you can't get to normally, and it gives you bigger drops, which is great for, again, dropping in and maybe doing something cool or getting some crazy bail that you couldn't do otherwise.
Oh, that's
I think it's worth going through Danny Way's set just to get these spawns.
Yeah. I will say one last thing on the balance thing. In Session, they have one last major update before the game goes 1.0, and they are planning on adding a balance system. But of course, as you can imagine, they're trying to do that realistically, because ultimately, while it's not like Tony Hawk, you do have to balance on a skateboard while in a grind in real life.
Right.
And they're trying to, like, because they want it to be a simulation where you have to think about everything you have to be thinking about while actually skateboarding, except for, the pain. It is something you have to think about. Like, when you're doing like a front crook, like, you have to make sure that you don't fall on your backside. So, and, like, sort of like skate, you have to... I'm guessing how they're going to do it is you have to shift your balance... like from like your heel to your toe, so that you don't like tumble.
So also, just wrap up your thing.
Yeah.
So also, we got some cash, and so we can buy the first property.
Yeah, baby.
The fun track over at the Mega Park, Danny Way's Complex, where for $50,000 you can unlock basically this massive extension to the Mega Park. You thought the Mega Park was like, in Skate 2 it's more run down, it's harder to do anything, da-da-da. That's because they actually designed like on some huge additions to it that give you even crazier lines and opportunities.
Yeah. Very strange move,
dope.
Danny Way, to add a new section of your fun park before you rebuild the rest.
Before doing any maintenance on the original park.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
thinking about
it's
it,
his park.
that is the skater aesthetic kind of way.
It is his
park.
fictional park. He can do whatever he fictionally wants to do with it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've seen crazy things happen here, online, on recorded videos, and so, like, look up, like, the world record for, spot battle at this fun track.
That's literally what I was
You
thinking.
see people doing the insane stuff. For me, it's, like, wow, it's a little harder than it should be for me to, like, get over the entirety of the first ramp. But again, I'm not, great at these kind of games.
Unfortunately,
but
the worst,
you get these
like,
huge, just kind of
oh my
missions.
god.
Yeah, the worst designed part of the park is, like, literally the first jump, but also, like, it swings and roundabouts. It's cool. It's fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that is so fucking cool,
It's ultimately, like an awesome addition. And again, it's $50,000, so you can either, get it kind of at this point in the game, or maybe you could charge forward toward getting like a board sponsor or so to get you even more money and, get a little faster that way.
Or I suppose, spoilers, I think Matt already said this though, but like, by the time you get to like the end of the death race path, if you bet everything, you're getting like $40,000 a race, which remember, you can't lose those unless you literally, deliberately decide to lose money on them. So,
And of course, as the final chef's kiss, it just brings you straight back out into the main world. It's not
that's
like
so fucking
It's such
cool.
a good
Yeah,
place.
it's not like, you have to take this artificial reset point. You can totally make it, part
It's
of
not-
a cross-game world kind of thing if you want.
Yeah, it's not like an isolated part of the map. It's like right there
Cross-media
in the
bar.
middle. That's great game. That's great level design.
It
That's-
is.
And again, just like the thing of you think like, oh man, they brought the Mega Park back, but changed a few things, but ultimately kind of made it worse. And then surprise, they designed some incredible additions to it. Like, holy
So
shit,
are there more than
Skate
one?
2, why are you so
no,
good?
the fun park, like, just as one whole edition.
Yeah, the fun track was a full.
Okay.
One more thing to show in this video as a whole was, again, I wanted to show a better example of hiring Big Black and what that means. So for this other bonus mission, this, Skateboard Mag Minute, you have to get into a Mongo Corp, restricted area and grind a bunch of things and get chased by security, da-da-da. So this is a much better place to show, what you get. And again, so when you call Big Black and you have him for like 5 minutes, you cannot be touched. Like, you will not be knocked over and arrested and busted. So, I'm going to ride in and pause and let like 5 or 6 security guards gather around me, and you'll see that they'll just
stand
don't
there.
even try to touch me, even though they could at any
I
time.
kind of
It's so
appreciate
funny.
that, honestly.
Like, they just kind of stand
He
around
gets out
ya.
of your way.
I mean, it's the real benefit you get, behind the kind of surface level thing. You think
The
maybe
aesthetic
like,
is-
oh, Big Black just knocks a guy over every so often, and sure, that takes that guy out, but I still have to dodge the rest. But no, actually, passively, you cannot be busted.
Yep.
Right, you can't be busted.
never
and
actually knew that.
There's like an aesthetic effect of he's walking around.
Of
beating
he's
these
fucking
guys.
trucking dudes in the atmosphere.
But that's just aesthetic.
Yeah.
I never
That's
knew
cool.
that, actually, because again, like, you can do this challenge without Big Black, and it's not particularly hard. Like they
Yeah. And
but
then if
also, Yeah.
really want your perfect line in here, just load up Free Skate and turn off Mongo Corp areas.
Also, I just want to bring this up about what was said beforehand about Johnny Mosley and the whole balance thing and all. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, no, there was a game that kind of did a lot of that stuff before Johnny Mosley. And in fact, you also know this game, because it's also the grandfather of the series. It is Thrasher Skate and Destroy. It did a lot of the same stuff that Skate did.
Balance in Thrasher.
Well, yeah, there was true balance in Thrasher, but it also was kind of like, if you lost it, you just fell off the rail and ended your trick.
It was...
but also, we are obsessed with Johnny Mosley on this channel.
Yes, we are
of course
very
I thought
obsessed
of
with
that
Johnny
before.
Mosley.
Like the whole joke of that was that, holy crap, it did that, you know, as such a bad game, but this one thing that accidentally did kind of become a standard.
I finally got a copy of Johnny Mosley just so I can make videos on that too eventually. I am obsessed as well.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we've got to end these videos with a bail. I'm getting a little more consistent. I found that once you throw the board and turn, if you take a step forward or so, that makes your results a little wilder more consistently.
Yeah.
A little.
Sorry about that scream. I got a little hype
Oh
there.
man,
I hope that
these
didn't beat my
spins,
mic.
so good.
Yeah.
And you killed him. He's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a
the
body
toe
tag.
tag.
Yeah.
So
dead
good.
now.
But yeah, so again, doing some bonus stuff, giving you cash. You get to hear Rob Dyrdek's great voice acting, and again, Danny Way's stuff will get you a bunch of cool spawns. You definitely want those, especially the one that puts you on top of the dam. You know,
yeah.
That's a great spot.
Yeah.
Or top of the E if you want to drop in and see what kind of crazy shit you can do. But yeah, that's that, and I believe we're getting back on the main career path next video, so join us then.